Hi and welcome back to episode 18 of my Sea Ice survival series. I'm Icon and today I hope I will finally meet a second roommate that is meant to stay. Beyond that, I plan on planting some new cotton out to make this room a little bit more comfortable. And I don't know what happens besides that. We will dig out poor souls from our graves here and start doing things out of them again, because we definitely need the money. And I discovered lately that this is one of the best ways of acquiring money. We are also in the last few days of the winter time, so it's only a few more days necessary to get into the springtime again. So overall, I'm quite happy with the progress that Bishop made here. We definitely are in a really good spot, generally said, but what is still bugging me is the fact that I am alone and the raiders are by now attacking with 2 people at a time, and therefore it's only a question of time until they start attacking as 3. And I think that will be the moment when Bishop will be slowly overwhelmed by his enemies. But let's just hope we will get another person in before this will turn into a problem. Beyond that, let's see, we still do the tailoring work and still haven't researched fabrication yet. There are always so many other projects on my mind beyond researching. It's quite ironic because there once was a time where I certainly had too much time for research, and now it's exactly the opposite. But that's just how things work sometimes. I will also do another batch of rice plants now before we head over and swap to the cotton, because I really want to have a nice stockpile of food before we get there. I do know that this is kind of overachieving, but I don't mind. Once the fabrication technology is done, we're also going to check out the costs for a fabrication bench, which is very, very important for our future. So let's see, Bishop is hauling steel select chunks. He has no problems though. His gear is insulating him pretty well by now. Still not enough to survive the winter outside, but definitely enough to take a long stroll to the edge of the map to gather up some valuable resources. We only rack up around 10% of hypothermia on the way back in, so that's not really life-threatening at all. Okay, so let's start refining a little bit again. There we go. I want to see 13 steel for 1 axe. That's almost half a miniatured barrel, so as long as I'm able to recycle the weapons of my attackers, I think I should have no issue whatsoever in gaining enough ammo for my turrets here. Luckily, that was something that made me a little bit nervous, but obviously I don't need to be nervous about that. Alright. So, let's see, this debuff is not over yet, so I'll wait a little bit longer and let Bishop do some research between his next war crimes. Well, it's not really a war crime if there's no bigger government watching over your doings. We're also not a nation, so people just love to call these things war crimes. Alright, we got now 450 units of rice ready, so we can safely swap over to cotton. Cotton also has a big advantage over other materials to plant down. We can also do clothing out of that. So this means I can use it for flooring and for money gaining, and also we are able to tinker a few more recreational items out of that. Speaking about recreational items, I think Bishop has deserved a a telly by now. Let's put that down there. I know it's a little bit of a waste of materials there, but honestly, if I would imagine to be in Bishop's place, that telly, I would have built it a lot earlier. So, here you go, buddy. Enjoy some whatever's there. He can watch television on that stool, so... Just making sure that his free time is not as dull. Alright, Psychic Soothe, nice. Well, now it boils all down again to the game of waiting out, holding out long enough until something good happens for us. What I want to do though is here, berets. We need 2 berets. I have enough materials for those. Let's go. Just trying to tinker as many pieces of clothing as possible out of these items. Don't think that disassembling clothing was a thing here already. No. Too bad. It's only modded content allowing you to disassemble clothing. That would be pretty good, so... With modded content I would be able to create or disassemble pieces of clothing to acquire the materials, but definitely not happening. Benjamin is joining a mafia boss. Okay. So that guy is not able to craft, do medical, to cooking, or do intellectual things. He's a absolutely horrible addition to our place, but one thing he's good at, and that's mining, and I'd say that's all he needs to be good at for now. Alright. But I definitely won't be keeping that fella, because I seriously don't know how on earth I should be happy with this person. So, well, we can't let him dig here. That's a death sentence for him. So, man, that's really unfortunate. What to do with this fella? He's so entirely useless. Imagine that there's somebody coming for your place to help, and then he's completely useless. Because I honestly have my doubts that he's actually able to mine there without dying. So he won't even haul the stuff he's mining. Oh my god! You know what, Benjamin? Just do your thing until you can't anymore. It's just a lost cause. It's a bit brutal, but seriously, I don't know what the heck I should do with that guy. Rip it. Yeah, Wanderer joins. I won't do this, and I won't do that, and that's also completely beneath me. And I'm a mafia boss, herder. He was a mafia boss. At this point, he's only caring with a -3 moodlet about Benjamin's death. That's really not much. Not much enough for me to also not care about that. The only thing I do care about is how friggin' unlucky I feel with that fella, but that's pretty much all I do care about. A combat supplier trade ship. Well, let's see. Ultimate shipping. They are selling the almighty assault rifle. That's good. What's not so good, I don't have the necessary penny for that. So I could sell away all the medicine and trade in the revolver. I'll do that. I still have more than enough medicine in form of Glitterworld meds, but a assault rifle is, well, the assault rifle is just a superior weapon. That's all. I have a insanely high range now, a pretty decent firing rate, and good damage as well. Charge weapons are only superior if you're actually fighting against mechanoids. Before that, charge weaponry is actually a lot worse than most things out there. Oh, carpet pots. Silver! Nice. A little bit mean at the same time to drop silver at me after I've sold away all my medicine, but water down the bridge. So, bish. Let's see. Maybe I'll just rebuy those medicines. I mean, it's a horrible trade, but who cares? The silver that fell from the sky was also for free, so... I know that I did a bad trade there, but somehow I feel I didn't, because the steel there, the silver that fell from the sky, I won't be missing it at any point. And medicine is really important to have. Oh, we just had a harmless battery discharge here. Nothing catched fire. That's good. But I have to harvest the cotton plants now. Because the biggest problem about these power outages is not so much the threat. Well, it's also about the threat. But what's way worse is when your hydroponics go offline and your plants just die there. But for the love of God, don't leave those hydroponics like that, man. Okay, now, new flooring is necessary. I want to do a dark one, 770, so we'll have to plant out a lot of cotton before that's donezo. But that's okay for me. I don't mind a long-term project like this, honestly. So I don't want to put heaters into this room before there's any good reason to. Like somebody who's less like Benjamin and more like Bishop. So Taras and Iriel, oh, actually they're just bringing me free materials. Thanks, guys. Already hypothermic they are. Nice. So let's unleash the assault rifle. For the first time, my gun is outranging my psionics. That's good. So as usual, I don't want these guys in the vicinity of my turbines, so... There we go. This guy's already seriously hypothermic, so I don't see any necessity of whipping out psionic skills or anything like that. A man with a wooden foot and another man with a peg leg were attacking me. Jeez, how cruel. But at least they brought meds. Now, let's strip down those fellas. And forbid their clothing there. Stuff just clogs down my inventory there unnecessarily. Okay, now, what I really want to do in the long run is add a door into this niche here. Yeah, Bish is doing what Bish does best. A few war crimes on the side. That's okay for me. At least we're not eating our war crimes anymore. I consider that a big step forward here. Alright, we are at 80 of these again, so let's do another parka. Why not? I'm really considering allocating a larger amount of money now, next to just buy myself some backup when the next slaver hits town. Because they certainly do love to crash at my place, so possibly we could do something there. Also, I just realized that I do want to change my plans a little bit. I do want to have those heaters, simply because with the heaters I am easily able to get prisoners and keep them. Because right now what always held me down was only the lack of accommodations, if you want to call it like that. So corn, oh my god, 200 units of corn, nice. Like seriously. All right, this drained my steel supplies rather heavily, but that's completely okay. So I want to toggle off the heaters here, because right now there's really no need. I don't see any need to do that. We might as well flick them on when we need them. We might as well flick them on when we need them. Okay, a solar flare is happening. Oh, that's tragic for my hydros. And there's a blight. Ah, well, at least that was a fortunate chain of events for us. Luckily, Bishop is now insulated well enough to just tank temperature plummets like these without any problems. Okay. It's a rather peaceful episode today on the ice. Well, rather peaceful. Not really. But you know what I mean. We don't have too much pressure right now, and I'm quite happy about that. It'll take a pretty long time to completely carpet this room. But at the same time, you know, we just had a heavy extra supply of corn, and therefore I don't see any problems whatsoever in food stockpiling, you know. Let's finish tailoring that thing. Alright, there we go. Now, let's haul that corn. We grabbed that medicine as well. Nice. So only 66 pieces of steel remain. The heaters were quite a costly investment, but at the same time, we do need them. There is no excuse or no way of avoiding these costs. So sadly, I don't see any way in not doing that. Ugh. Man. Those raiders sure are a nice supply of resources, but at the same time they really unnerve Bishop quite hard. Gotta say. Rolling a psychopath is extremely powerful in this environment, but I didn't want to min-max this run too hard. I mean, sure, if after Bishop... If the next person that would have joined us there would have been a psycho, I would have kept him, but... Julian! Okay. Get in there, Julian. So, what's your story? You're a fast learner, you're a misogynist, and you're ugly. Well, can't live with those things. He's a really good miner. He's good at intellectuals. Welcome, Julian. You are my second designated survivor. Congratulations. I won't kill you off. So next step, we have to fight off those pesky little critters outside there. We're going to build a bed out of steel. Yeah, I could just go for something less costly, I know. But I don't have any furs right now available to do so, our friend Julian should equip the charge rifle there. And I hope he's already ahead enough of those beasties. Alright. Bishop turning on the heaters. Now let's fight off the bunnies. Well, do I want to flick on one of the turrets? I think I want to. Not sure if I really need, but, you know. Worst case scenario, I can let the turret tank this whole situation. There we go. There we go. Now, I will put Julian on the research priority, top notch. And he's also supposed to be my top-notch mining person. Now, gear-wise, his insulation is pretty bad. What is he wearing? He's wearing a elephant leather parka. So let's see. This does insulate to 26 degree, and this does insulate to 28 degree. Lucky him. His gear right now is better than the stuff we could give him. Not so good news. The outside areas are that cold. He has really no chance in surviving while mining. That's sad. But, well, at the same time, we will get there. Clothing will come. Ooh, talking about clothing will come. There's an Arctic wolf outside. Let's take this bad boy down. Is Bishop actually... Well, let's... well. I'm going to take this beastie down during a night shift, simply because I am too afraid that the wolf might migrate away from the map. Sometimes they do that, you know. And I think it will be no problem whatsoever to take down the wolf with the psionic skills I got, and with some luck that thing won't even go hostile on me. Let's see. We scored one hit. There we go. Okay, it went hostile. But that's what Burden is good for. I should possibly think about giving Julian the necessary honor as well to turn him into a noble. Because overall, we would benefit a lot from that. Okay, so Arctic Wolf Pelt is a good investment for the future. So this guy is really horrible with anything else, but he's a good crafter. So we're going to put Bishop away from the crafting duty, and Julian shall do that in the future, because, you know, his work might be worse than the work of Bishop, but at the same time it trains him, and at least he has something to do. So we're going to craft ourselves a new pair of pants, because I can figure already that wolfskin pants will be a lot better in terms of insulation. Probably not. Okay. So, Bishop wanted those. Not gonna say no if he does take those. But the problem remains, we do need some better insulation for him. Because honestly, I even want to disable hauling whatsoever from him, because somebody with such bad gear is prone to accidentally kill himself with that. Okay, we finally researched fabrication. Let's pause the game for a sec and see what we research next. So fabrication is followed by advanced fabrication. Not that important right now, honestly. Let's see, is there anything really important though? Ground penetrating scanner. I'd really love to try if that's a thing or not, but I highly think it's not a thing. So precision rifling, I want that. I definitely want that. Meanwhile, Julian is researching like crazy. I do appreciate that. This form of work splitting is really making us a lot more efficient here. And let's see, we should double up the amounts of production there. And also going to reinstall Bishop's bed in there. It's about time to move our living area away. Or maybe not. No, tell you what, we're going to keep it like that. Because this way Julian will have his own room and Bishop will have his own room. It does make people a lot happier when they can't have their own room. So therefore, thrombos. Okay. If these baddies would split up, I'd see a decent chance of taking one of them down. But as long as they're together, it's very unlikely to take it down. A thrombo is pretty tanky, that's the issue. And if both of them attack us at once, I see myself rather not on the winning side. But if we could split them away somehow, I need to keep a close eye on these buggers, because honestly, this is one of the biggest chances I've had to grow filthy rich. But this is also one of the greatest chances I've had to just flat out suicide. It's not that easy. Okay, so the fabrication bench, let's check it out. We need 200 steel and 2 advanced components. Okay, so we're going to buy ourselves some more advanced components the next time we can. Got it. And Bishop, please haul that corn back home. Oh dear. Okay. There we go. It was almost fully deteriorated. That would have been a shame. 29 corn might be not that super much, but seriously. It's food. Food we didn't have to work for. Way too good to just let it go bad. Alright. So we're able now to install more and more hydroponics benches in there, because we can now reinstall our production facilities in a different room. That's a big advantage now. That's a big, big advantage. There we go. All right. Let's reinstall the lamp. Well, maybe reinstall the table over there as well. Might also reinstall the chess table. There we go. So I figure that a door between these two rooms would be really good. So let's do this. There we go. Just to shorten the pathways a lot. There we are. Wow, that feels good, man. Gotta say, I really, really feel like the gameplay has changed a ton now. We are now able to install a few more hydroponics. I'm not sure if I really want to or not want to. Let's expand the radii, or however you pronounce that. Okay, nice. So that's where I'm going to end today's episode, but only after the cotton plants have been harvested. So, yeah, the Thrumbos already migrated away. The quiet cats. They want me to take care of 2 cats. No. Alrighty, friends. So, thank you again so much for watching. It's been my pleasure. We had such a good run today. We finally got a second person here in the colony, which is even actually pretty good. I mean, this guy, Julian, has no shortcomings in any substantial way. He's a good constructor. He will learn mining at some point. Well, okay, he just needs some better insulation. We'll be getting there. And beyond that, man, we're finally not alone any longer. The only few things that are now necessary will be to just acquire enough materials to work with. I know that it's a little bit unnecessary to invest all my cloth right now into the carpeting project here. It would be actually smarter to invest the cloth first into clothing, which we would sell. But, you know, I don't need to min-max everywhere. We might as well just dig out some Venumin and keep going, you know. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been my pleasure. I hope you guys were enjoying the run as well. We're going to continue the next episode. And, of course, feel free to drop me a comment down below. You know that I like to hear from you. And we're also going to need your thumbs up to make the algorithm realize that you like the series. And, as usual, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Turn on those notifications and don't miss any future content. If that's your thing, I'd be more than happy about that. But what's way more important than that, stay safe, have a good time, and see you soon. Bye-bye.